All right, how we doing out there, everybody? We are going to get cracking here in a second. You're probably going to want to skip forward to about 2 minutes in to this broadcast, as I am still getting fired up. I like to wait for a couple people to join. So again, if you're watching this after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday evening, go ahead and skip forward to about 2 minutes as this lobby fills up. I'm excited to talk about this game, talk about Patrick Queen, talk about Lamar Jackson, the Ravens passing offense, look at some offensive line play. We're also going to look at Patrick Queen, where his struggles have been, where his development has been, how I think he has improved in coverage, all that good stuff. We're going to look at the Colts screens, some of which were really outstanding, and the Ravens' inability to cover them that got better over time. Guys like Tavon Young stepped up, Calais Campbell stepped up. Campbell had a monster game. So again, skip ahead to 2 minutes in if you are joining after the fact, after right around 8 o'clock on this fine Wednesday evening. Give me 1 second here, guys. Okay, got a couple coming in here. Let me get everything pulled up and ready to rock. All right, ladies and germs, we're going to get started. And here we go. First one's a funny one. I like this one. So Nick Moore replaces Morgan Cox, the Ravens' longtime long snapper, who did a really great job in this game, has been really consistent. No issues there. The less you hear about a long snapper, the better. But on this one, long snapper, Mr. Morgan Cox here, he's going to run down and make an outstanding tackle, man. Look at this guy go. He's a little younger, a little friskier than Mr. Morgan Cox. We wish you great success in retirement, Morgan. Plenty of relaxation, fishing, whatever else you like to do. But here's old 46 going and making a play. Love to see it. Love to see it, Nick Moore again. He gets right out, gets down the field. Look at him. First man down. He's hustling. He's no world-class athlete, but he's going to go make a play here against Nyheim Hines. He gets held up a little bit, but boom, goes and ends it. Love to see it. So just a fun one to get started, put us in a good mood, put some smiles on our faces, all that good stuff. Next one we got here. Colts first play from scrimmage. Justin Houston's bull rush forced Wentz off his spot. Patrick Queen takes away 2 routes over the middle. And Brandon Williams should have been flagged for roughing the passer here, is what I had written down. So let's take a look. We're just showing the front. See, Justin Houston coming in. Look at that bull rush. Forces Wentz to pirouette a little bit. Gets him off his spot. Matabike comes free. And Wentz tries to go make a play and gets rid of the ball. Brandon Williams comes and lays him out. That should have been a roughing the passer right there. But again, let's go back. Watch Justin Houston's bull rush. He's lined up over here in that super wide alignment, standing outside linebacker. Look at this bull rush, man. Hands inside, leverage, runs right through him, forces Wentz off his spot. And Brandon Williams goes and lays the thunder. A little bit of a throwaway there from Wentz, but definitely should have been roughing the passer. We see Patrick Queen over the middle of the field here. Got a lot of flack for Patrick Queen the last couple of weeks. We'll get into it, but on this one, he does a nice job reading. See him go and take away that route there. He was ready for it. His eyes are up. Wentz goes to go look at Pascal. Look at Wentz's eyes. Shoulders raised. He's ready to throw to Pascal. And Averett or Queen might have picked that if he did. So good decision by Wentz there. Takes both of those away. Wentz refires, squares. Matabike holds him up, and Brandon Williams mows him down a little bit. It looks maybe like actually Williams kind of whiffed. So maybe that's why there's no flag. Because if he hit him square, that's a big man. Yeah, it looks like Matabike actually got him clean, and Williams didn't do anything. So makes sense. Maybe a good no call by the refs there. Moving on. Ravens go dime on 3rd down. This is a long touchdown from Jonathan Taylor. We'll just let this bad boy play one time. Look at that cutback lane he has. I paused that video when I recorded it. So big of a cutback lane. So again, the Ravens go 6 DBs, 5 linemen or outside linebackers. Such a big cutback lane. I'll let it run through again. And it was bad. Colts entering this game, I believe, threw 9 screens to running backs, which was the 3rd most in the NFL, according to Sports Info Solutions. You see Jimmy Smith and Chuck Clark just over pursue. And that's the name of the game for the Ravens' issues on defense right now, especially tackling, is over pursuit. We'll watch them again. They just run themselves right out. There's this huge cutback lane right here. We see they've already done it. They've already ran out. Chuck Clark has his back turned. It's tough in space. You know, there's lineman all the way downfield. Lineman pushes him in. Too much space. So let's go look at it from the full field perspective again. And so we've got Brandon Stevens in the slot here. Marlon Humphrey down wide, locked up with Michael Pittman. I believe we've got Tavon Young in the slot up top, and then Anthony Averett. Ravens are in a 2-high structure with Jimmy Smith and Chuck Clark. And 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Tyus Bowser bites immediately, had no awareness that was about to happen. He's the one that, you know, maybe can force an angle there initially, but that doesn't happen. And we're just going to watch this cutback lane emerge. Chuck Clark tries to cross the lineman's face, even though he's the safety on this side of the field. So Chuck Clark is trying to make a play. Didn't make a great one here. Jimmy Smith is going to that area, and there's just nobody with any speed in the middle of the field. Pernell McPhee's not going to catch Jonathan Taylor from behind. Jonathan Taylor runs 4.3, man. Jonathan Taylor's a fast dude. Anthony Averett ran 4.36. Pretty sure he was a conference champion at Bama in track. That's just how fast Jonathan Taylor is. So devastating play there. One that skewed this game, and I hate people who say this stuff like, oh, let's say when Melvin Gordon had a 75-yard or 90-yard touchdown the other week, they're like, oh, well, the Broncos didn't run for that many yards if Melvin Gordon didn't run that touchdown. Well, he did. He did run that touchdown, but that, you know, inflates everything a little bit, inflates the stats a little bit. So it looks a little worse than it was, but the Colts definitely had their way with the Ravens defense quite a few times, and we'll get into plenty more examples of that. Again, there's no Queen, no Harrison, no Board on there, and Bowser didn't see that one coming. Now we flip over to the Ravens offense. We're going to see that full house pistol. Got Ricard, got Eric Tomlinson in the backfield. Colts have 8 men in the box. Where are you going to run the ball? He's got C gap. He's got B gap. He's got B gap and A gap. He's got B gap and A gap. He's got A gap and B gap. He's got A gap and B gap. He's got B gap and C gap. He's got C gap. It's a lot. So this one ends up getting stuffed pretty good. I think that's a screenshot, actually, pardon me. And then we're going to go watch the play. And it gets blown up. Really, it was fine other than Villanueva. So running into an 8-man box. I think the Ravens entering this game had 20 carries for 97 yards against 8-man boxes, 19 for 95 outside of the 5-yard line, so not all the way down. But this is just going to be a little, I guess, a wind back kind of concept. They got Ricard and Tomlinson leading the way. The linemen are all down blocking, so they want to try and use Ricard and Tomlinson to go get one-on-ones with the backers. And Villanueva didn't mess this one up. They have an unblocked defender, and he just makes a good play in the backfield. So they try to take advantage of it. So that's on me. Not on Villanueva there. Unblocked defender, let him go. And he just wraps up Murray. Eric Tomlinson can't fill Darius Leonard, the maniac, in. Leonard's up here. We're going to see Tomlinson go try and attack him and doesn't get him. That's not a good place to be. Trying to extend with the arm. Leonard's already planted inside, just brushes him right off. Cleans it up. So one example of the run game that didn't really work a ton in this one. Lamar had a lot of the yards scrambling or on some concepts. Let's see. We got Brandon Stevens now running the alley while Bowser takes on a puller and pursues Taylor's inside hip. This was a solid rep in space against linemen. And let's take a look. So we got Brandon Stevens here. We got Tyus Bowser here. They're the outside. You know, here's this, let's say, you know, little rhombus here of Campbell, Queen, Stevens, and Bowser. I believe this is a sweep with a puller. A pitch. Nope. Yep. Puller. So they're pulling out front. Video's a little spy. But look at Bowser. Takes on that lineman, maintains outside leverage. Patrick Queen rolls with it a little bit there. Brandon Stevens is coming up. Works laterally right there. You see that little step? Just make sure that Taylor can't get outside. Look at that little lateral step he goes there. Let the lineman take him outside so that Bowser can clean up. Stevens gets in there. Queen's there as well. So solid rep there early in the game. This is in the first quarter. You can see them run. Brandon Stevens, really good run defender. Has a lot of similarities to Deshaun Elliott, to be honest. I think especially about how conservative they use him in coverage and maybe want him to be early on, where Elliott was really conservative, late breaking on the ball, doing a lot of funny things. Or not funny things, really boring things, I guess, more so. So we'll see some examples of that later. Here the Colts run split zone. Harrison is slow to fill the hole after Campbell gets sealed inside. Queen catches himself in no man's land trying to fight off a blocker that wasn't really coming after him. Then Humphrey and Stevens took a conservative approach and eventually end it with Odafe help. So there we see it. Now we can go back. So it looks like the Colts bringing in some motion. They got a tight end running split zone. Taking out Odafe away. And Queen just kind of dances with this lineman for no reason. He doesn't really need to. He thinks he needs to get that lineman off of him. He's thinking, I gotta get lineman off of me. Maybe this is what he's thinking. I gotta get lineman off of me. I've been having troubles with him. So he goes with that aggressive punch right there, the aggressive slap of the hands. That club. Should have shot the gap. Didn't. Harrison just kind of standing around. So Queen doesn't shoot the gap. Harrison doesn't shoot the gap. Nobody shoots the gap. Nice down block on Calais Campbell, who tries to get underneath it. And then you see the lineman reset there, wash him down, take him and Brandon Williams out. Tavon Young is running the cutback lane kind of blindly, which I don't hate, but he's not helping. Marlon Humphrey's going with it a little bit. He could have filled. So right now we see all this space. Queen did an awful job here. Wasn't able to seal himself inside. Harrison lets himself get washed out. Humphrey's turn this way. As you can see, the back is cutting right upfield. Stevens so far away. So taking the conservative approach. Harrison gets an arm on him, doesn't do much. And they're able to wrestle him down. Odafe away comes and ends it because he was dragging him a little bit. A little friendly fire there as well. Odafe away takes that block. We see a lot of this from Owe. Hustler. Reminds you of Matt Judon in that sense. Going and ending plays way downfield. Bigger fellow playing outside linebacker. So not a great rep there. Colts run counter. Bowser squeezes it. Queen attacks it is what I have written down. So took on a lineman okay. Nothing crazy good, but did his job. Patrick Queen, Tyus Bowser. So counter, usually when you're looking at shotgun, really only counter or inside zone if they cut back. So usually the back's on this side. Got 3 defenders shaded this way. Linebacker, that second level area, they're all shaded that way. They're expecting if there's going to be something, it's going to come maybe here, or outside. The only play you can really run is a counter, maybe like a speed option to the boundary, where in that case it would be Ellis, Bowser, and then that would have been maybe a good thing to do. Queen in space. But so we're going to see this counter here. And they're using the tight end, Jack Doyle, as the puller here. Queen starts to see it. He could have shot here and ran himself out of this play. He didn't. Fills it a bit. Bowser comes in, has his lateral responsibility, his edge responsibility. So that wide release was to trick Bowser and open this up. Bowser takes the bait a little bit, realizes he took bait, and hustles to go end it. So nice play design by the Colts, trying to attack Queen, attack Bowser. It's attack the principles, what the Ravens do. We'll watch it one more time. But successful play by the Ravens. Doyle's coming. Queen steps up. Could have been earlier on it, to be honest, but nobody's perfect. Bowser coming through. I'll go clean it up. Not a bad rep there. And here I had Queen's missed tackle. I think he got charted with 1 missed tackle in this game. It's another one late where him and Houston took bad angles. And if you want to call it a missed tackle, that's fine. But he didn't really get a chance to tackle because Houston was in front of him. So again, split zone. We're going to see Doyle. Split zone is when there's zone blocking from the linemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all moving this way. And Doyle's going to split against it. And he's going to go get the backside defensive end. That split zone. Queen a little tentative, but he's working. Chris Board, waiting and seeing. And we see this cut from Jack Doyle opens things up. Bowser's getting sealed inside. Board starts to fill, and Hines just has some crazy cutback ability. Board, didn't really shoot this one. He was a little tentative as well. Right here, you'd like to see him go fill that space. Trust the other guys to go make their play. Fill the space. Calmly fill the space. You don't need to run yourself out of it, but go make a play. He's still flat-footed. The back cuts back. Look at that leverage. Marlon Humphrey's the only one over here. Queen's starting to run. So this is my issue with Patrick Queen. And I talked, if you're coming to watch this, Patrick Queen. So, and I want to maybe pull up some of his college reps. Maybe I'll just do it right now. Linebackers usually play, think about a D-pad. A lot of linebacker drills, linebacker technique is playing forward, backward, and side to side. You want to keep that position that you have. You want to play with your shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage a lot of the time. So instead of doing that on this rep, and that's called a lateral tech or a shuffle technique, You know when you're playing Madden and you pull the L trigger and it keeps you in that lateral position? That's exactly what you want to be in. So he's there, and then he starts to turn and run right here. His shoulders are against, he's running. His front shoulder is upfield. Everything is going that way. So what's going to happen? He doesn't break down. He doesn't keep himself even with the back. He's a 4-5 guy. I mean, I know Nyheim Hines is a track star, but that's what your perimeter defenders are for. So, I mean, it is better in the end to force it back into the defense, but that's what happens. If he's gathering himself with shuffle tech here, and I did want to pull up a rep where we see him do that from the Raiders game, but that's what lends itself to the missed tackle. Bowser comes and cleans it up. It's not the end of the world there, but you see Marlon Humphrey. You're saying wrap up. I don't think wrapping up's the issue, Marlon. He tried to. His issue is that he's getting ahead of himself, completely pursuing upfield. And look at every Raven. Play like a Raven. Run to the ball. That's a T-shirt that John Harbaugh has. Well, Patrick Queen can run to the ball, man. He's fast. He's a fast linebacker. So let's go take a look. This is going to be a little messy, but bear with me. I'm going to go to my own Twitter. And I should have had this pulled up. My apologies, but we'll get to it. I think I might have already missed it. I hate how much I tweet. But take this time, like, subscribe, whatever. I'll get to it. I don't want to take too long here. I'm a little messy on that. Sorry, guys. But there's a rep against the Raiders where I think I did this last night. So I'm just going to scroll. It's a rep against the Raiders that we see. Here's some of it. Yeah. All right. Now there we are. So watch his lateral technique on this one. So Queen, and this is another issue that he has. I mean, he wants to be Luke Kuechly. He wants to be Ray Lewis. He wants to diagnose. He thinks he knows where this is going. He's firing at it. That's fine. So he's out of position here. This ball's going to the outside. That's not the end of the world because that's not his gap. But watch him stay square. Instead of opening up, watch him work laterally. See? His feet aren't getting in front of each other. He's continuing to stay square. That way he can go hit the back in the backfield. So he made a mistake here, but because he kept his shuffle tech, he keeps it. His head, his eyes are forward. He's not getting ahead of himself. The back then cuts back and you can go meet him. That is playing linebacker. See how fired up he is? That's an incredible rep. That is playing linebacker. He runs 4.5. He is a fast linebacker. He's one of the faster linebackers over the last couple of years. Him and Murray both ran right in that 4.5 range. They didn't run 4.4 Devin White, but it's maybe a quarter of a step there. He's got as much speed as he needs. And that way he doesn't get cut back on. Because if his shoulders are turned to the sideline, if he's running this way, perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, he's going to overrun it. But he doesn't. Now we can go back and watch this play. Again, keep that in mind. He's in the same spot. He got himself a little washed out. I hate how it does that. Got himself a little washed out. Same thing. And he turns and runs ahead of himself. Keep those shoulders square. And it's something he did really, 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 really well at LSU at times. And it was something I liked on his tape at LSU, and we've seen him do it. But that is where he's dying, in the open field. We see it again later. Guys, if someone outruns Patrick Queen, I am not mad. Because right now, the missed tackles, the over pursuit, lending these cutback lanes is worse than getting outrun. You want to see him keep that lateral tech. He doesn't. He's opened up, gets cut back on. And it doesn't even hurt him that badly here. Hines gets a couple yards. So none of these missed tackles so far, we'll look at the screen later, but none of these ones that he's getting charted with missed tackles have really hurt the Ravens that badly. The ones he takes himself out of plays, those have hurt the Ravens for sure, where it's, no one near him. But it's it hasn't been the end of the world when he misses these tackles, but that's where a lot of these problems are coming from. Plays he could make that he's running himself out of and over pursuing. So here we look at Odafe Owe's snap anticipation. Watch the ball, watch the lineman, watch Odafe away. Center snapping, no one else is moving. Offensive linemen aren't moving. He's already moving. He knew exactly when that snap is coming. I think that motion could have keyed him off a little bit. He's already won. I mean, he is in a full sprint, 4-3, long arm, strong. He's already won. Already won. And Carson Wentz, I guess straight up somehow didn't see that at all. He's looking that way. And he just comfortably turns, lets himself get stripped. That was a huge play. Ravens are down 7-0. Get the ball back. Huge play at the time. Huge play. So that snap anticipation, that's looking like a veteran. What else we got? I said this one gets totally blown up, but Freeman showing off his sweet feet inside with a jump cut makes a defender miss. So let's take a look at Devontae Freeman's feet here. Watch these cuts. Speaking of staying even, hits a hard cut there to find space, and then immediately strings. Look at that plant that he's got. These two are both working outside. He's right back inside. Gets right through there, but gets completely blown up. Villanueva's leaning. He doesn't really get a hand. He's working on that down block. He's extended. Look at where Villanueva is. That's not a good place to be. He's reaching down too far. What kind of power are you going to generate there? Sammy Watkins whiffs on Julian Blackmon, who's filling. That doesn't help. Bozeman kind of looks like he overextends himself a little bit and falls down instead of getting Darius Leonard. So nowhere to go, but I like these feet on Devontae Freeman. We'll watch it full speed. Boop, boop, boop. Love it. Showed a lot of juice, big in the pass catching game. I like what I see out of Devontae Freeman. I think he's going to get earned himself some big time reps. He's a veteran, smart guy. Doesn't have the juice he used to have all the way, but you see a little bit still there. Here I just put Trevor Sikkema of the Draft Network, formerly now of PFF. Always says 3 sides minimum. I'm telling the Ravens 5 RPOs minimum. Colts are coming downhill in this run game. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 7 men in the box. This, safety's aware of it a little bit. I think that's Sendejo. He's jumping at it. They're rotating. These linebackers completely frozen by the run fake. Look at Mark Andrews. It's a $50 million tight end, easily a top 5 receiving tight end, had the best game of his career. No one even near him. So easy. First down. So easy. And he almost busts this one. Watch this. Watch this little gap he tries to run. Almost. If he got another step or two, almost. Take a look at it again. So it's just a simple little RPO. And it's an RPO, not a play action, because Bozeman pulled. He's advancing past the line of scrimmage. And it's all just stops here. Quick timing. Look how soft they are. Kind of like the Broncos gave them those looks. Teams are just really not respecting Lamar Jackson's ability to throw the ball. Really just not respecting the Ravens pass game at all. Maybe the Colts didn't want to have that record set on them. Who knows? But Lamar Jackson ends up tearing the Colts up. Makes a couple mistakes early on. Misses a couple throws. But that's clean. How quick that is to get it out. Clean footwork. Clean throw. Rips it real quick. Precise. Hits him right between the numbers. It's a little bit of yards after the catch. Almost got a lot. Andrews also had a nasty juke in this game. Forced a missed tackle. All right. 5 RPOs minimum. Yeah, I want to see them. Hit those. So here's Tyson Williams on a split zone. So we're going to see, I think this is actually like a wham or a blast, because we see Villanueva. He's not zone blocking this way. He actually kicks out here. And then Ricard comes and gets, I think, a defensive lineman. So it's a wham. Wham is when you let a lineman through, give them a free release so that you can go block them. And that gives that cutback lane. And look at this cutback lane develop. All these guys, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Colts here. These two both have leverage. This one's controlling a little bit. This one's here. This one's already beat his man. Look at all that. All you have is Sendejo. Nope. Look at all that space. Put Gus Edwards, put J.K. Dobbins there. They're hitting that cutback lane. They're making Sendejo miss. And this safety's got a one-on-one with one of those guys to save a 50-yard, 60-yard run. So watch it again. Card comes in motion. 45-degree handoff, which lends itself to that cutback. It almost looks like they set the cutback up. Powers is taking that inside leverage Leonard falls for it. Cut back. Cut back. Doesn't hit it. So some runs are getting stuffed. Some runs, backs are missing lanes. Don't have those experienced backs, but we're working on it. All right. Lamar wasn't great early on. Gets too excited in a clean pocket. Didn't pace himself. All right. That's why what he did in this game was so impressive. So right here, he's got room. Tons of room to step up a little bit or to just run. He kind of just wishy-washes it. You got, there's some things open a little bit. Mark Andrews working back to the ball. The check down was open. Sammy Watkins working back to the ball. We'll see where his eyes are on the other way, but see it better from the end zone angle. It just doesn't. It's not that there was anyone wide open or anything. It's just he could have paced himself a little better. He was rushing a little bit. So they fake the play action with Powers. Darius Leonard has his back turned. I mean, good leverage there. You got two linemen. So you can just kind of step up. Starts to run instead. Doesn't like where he's running. Back, then you got your own lineman in your way. Not the end of the world. Wasn't a horrible play. I think this might have been third down, but could have just stepped up. Didn't need to go so quick. All that. Buckner's coming, but you could have, gone that leverage. I'm right. Whatever. He's trying to make a play. He's Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to crucify him for it at all. Had an amazing game. But he was a little antsy. Maybe Buckner goes and gets him there. Maybe it's not as much as I'm thinking, but just thought he could have paced himself better. Darius Leonard has every reason to be fired up. He made an insane play here. This is the bash. Back away. Back is going to – oh, that's the wrong one. Keeps going back up to that one for whatever reason. Okay. Darius Leonard has every reason to be fired up. That's what I wrote. So this is a concept they used with J.K. Dobbins all the time back in the day. Bash. Back away. GT bash. Guard, tackle, pull, bash, back away. Back's going to go this way. Leonard's all the way out here. So Lamar's read. He's got it. But watch Leonard. He's all the way out there, able to play inside so he can go outside or whatever, go run. And Leonard just comes screaming. And that might have been a huge gain. A lot of real estate there. Leonard's just coming through. He plays both. Andrews gets the leverage. And Lamar might have been able to slip him pretty easily. I mean, that 23, he's the wrong way. Lamar's already running that way. He doesn't have an angle. But Leonard dives. Gets that knee down. That was on third down. We see Darius Leonard get a little fired up. He's pumped about it. All right. For whatever reason, it keeps wanting to go back to that one play. I don't know why that keeps happening to me. Okay. Where are we? All right. Right around here. Moving on. All right. Queen seems to think the ball's coming this way. Quickly goes against the down block. Takes himself out of the play. Harrison hesitates a little bit. Gives the back a chance to gain some lean and make him miss. So Queen, Lord. All right. I'm going to go fix something for 1 second here. Bear with me, StreamYard. I'm going to stop the screen share. Got a couple comments in here. Some people in here. Matabike, Contain, Miss Nick Boyle, all that good stuff. I'm going to exit out of this. Let's try and get this restarted. There we go. That should be better. Okay. But appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. All this stuff will go if you need to log off, eat dinner, tend to your children, watch your favorite show. This will all be on the YouTube after. This will all be posted to BaltimoreBeatdown.com as well. So let's keep going. Sweet feet, Darius Leonard. And here we are. All right, now we can resume the share. Okay. So, another issue with Queen here. So we're continuing to get into it. He has diagnosed some plays pre-snap, things he sees on film, and you feel like that's what happens here. He has had a couple nice ones. But he has one later in his game. But here, he thinks he sees something. He's going the wrong way. He thinks something else is coming. I mean, the Colts like to run split zone. We've already seen it a couple times just in this. I haven't shown every one probably. Again, Doyle's here. He's going across. Then all the linemen are down blocking this way. Gives a cutback lane, classic zone run. So he's got the closer depth. Harrison is playing a little further away. And Queen instantly is stepping against the grain. He thinks this is a counter. He thinks this is a wind back or something. But he's got 2 defenders here. 3, really, with Chuck Clark. They've got that covered. So he can just shoot past this block if he wants. This lineman's not going to block him. This right guard's not going to block him. So this tackle's trying to. And, I mean, he goes against the tackle, but the tackle's like, all right, fine. Yeah, I'll just seal you. I'll just turn with you. Thank you. You just made my job so easy. In the meantime, Malik Harrison is standing still. Back's already got the ball. His eyes are upfield. He's gaining some momentum. You know, you got to trust those linemen up there to do their job. And I guess it's a good thing in a way because Queen is supposed to be the backside, Phil. But Harrison was late there, has to take this angle, runs himself out of it. Now, Harrison should have really been filling front side, and Queen should have been filling backside. Neither of those happened. But Queen's just a little slow there. Not great. Comes in too hot. Marlon Mack, you know, he barely gets a hand on him. Slaps him in the hip. And that's a big gain. Stevens being a little conservative. Chuck Clark running over top. Owe comes. Gets him. Looks like Matabike's boxing this offensive lineman up here. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but big run there. Just being right out of position. It's too much. And it feels like Queen, you know, it's a hard place to play linebacker. The Ravens had a lot of faith in Kenny Young and Owasso in 2019. Didn't turn out well. They had to bring in veterans, Bynes and Fort. And this is an example of doing too much. That lineman wants to come get you, just beat the lineman. Just advance past him, use your quickness, use your hands. Don't give him your chest. Keep free. Know that you've got these guys in backside anyway. I mean, they play the Browns, and last year, Parnell McPhee, you know, they play the Titans, they play the Browns, McPhee, Bowser, all these guys, all these Judon, all these outside linebackers, they're crashing on that. They've got the cutback lane. You got to trust them to have that cutback lane. So, Colts wanted to hit this gap here. Mac does a good job. Harrison just is a little slow, a little out of control. Away goes and gets it. So, Queen maybe trying to make a play that he saw in the film room or something, or had some sort of tip-off that he thought was going to make a play there, and it did not end up doing it. So, bad play on both accords. Tavon Young had an incredible game. Let's get to Tavon. A few plays highlighted at Tavon. RPO. Queen does an all right job here, but it's going to be an outside zone RPO a little bit. These backside defenders blocking for it. And Tavon Young is right there when the ball comes out. Sticky coverage. Queen's, you know, in this space a little bit. Wentz probably could have just thrown it right over his head, but he was ready. He was ready. And then Young is right there, so the ball is just a little behind the receiver. He doesn't lead him. And Tavon just punches it right out of his breadbasket. Tavon's fired up. He should be. It's hard to defend RPOs, man. Look at Chuck Clark. He's like, that's my ball. Watch it in full speed. Boop. Game inches. Wentz puts it 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches behind. Tavon pops it right out. Rips it right out. Chuck Clark's there too. Good play on an RPO. Let's keep it going. I had Calais Campbell with teach tape. They've been beaten up by the screen already. They're running a little misdirection, late developing screen. Watch Calais Campbell. The lineman comes out and isn't really trying to block you. And he's not really trying to move you. What the hell is he doing? He's taking you right to where the screen is. That's what the hell he's doing. So Campbell just establishes himself, never lets that lineman get control. He's right there. It's going to get blown up. Wentz has to get rid of the ball. And Owe is forcing him to get this ball out pretty quick. Owe beats the tight end. Max there. And Wentz is like, I'm just going to ground this one. I see Calais Campbell emerging. I'm just going to throw this one low. Throw it away. Look at how he established himself there. One more time all the way through. Just let that guard lead you to the play. That's how you play a screen from the inside. All right. Third down and single high. Averett on an island. Averett got picked on in this game. Seems to be a little bit of a push off, but it's not called, which is ironic because Averett then gets called for a pass interference a little bit later. So single high. I guess this didn't record as quick as I wanted it to, but single high. And you see that little push off right there. He's in phase. He's starting to stop. And a little extension there from Paris Campbell, which is why Averett can't move because there was an arm there keeping him away. That's full extension. Hell of a throw from Wentz. This is on third down, if I'm not mistaken. Third and long, 3rd and 10. I don't know why, Ravens going single high there. They rush 4. And throwing the money from Wentz. Paris Campbell gets physical. It is what it is, but it's unfortunate because it doesn't get called that way a little bit later. Averett definitely got picked on just a bit with a lot of these stops, these hitches, these curls, whatever you want to call them. First down, moves the chains there. Here we have slot blitz is not picked up by Wentz. This is Tavon Young's sack, one of the many plays he made in this game. So you see the 2 high, and you show the Ravens are doing something in the line of scrimmage. They're giving you one of their funny looks. So it looks like, man over each of the receivers a little bit. You got some guys standing, a lot of guys standing, 2 down linemen. There's a big linebacker. I think that's Owe. So when you see Jimmy Smith pre-snap starting to roll down a little bit, probably means he's in man coverage here because Tavon Young, a.k.a. Very, very sneaky from Mr. Deeds, is going to blitz. So you got to be aware. So what Wentz doesn't realize, Jimmy Smith, this isn't really looking like 2 highs. It's kind of looking like Chuck Clark is angled to play the middle of the field. Doesn't see it. Smith's in man. So what you would want to do is either have the back cross face and attack Young, or you can slide the line to the left, know that the pressure is coming there. You want to see if Pittman can't get inside, beat up a smaller corner in Averett. Mo Alley Cox can't try to replace this little area here a little bit and see if that back can't go fill or chip and then go out in the flat. But that doesn't happen. They don't see it. Tavon Young, no one picks up on it. The tackle, Justin Houston's tying up. The tackle's eyes went there, but you are supposed to take the inside man anyway. And Pittman's open because that's where they blitz from. And the Colts even had a beater for it. And Tavon Young smacks him. So again, Jimmy Smith is the one who's in coverage there. Just don't see it. Don't think about it. Boom. Huge hit. I don't know how Wentz held onto that ball. Tavon Young is fired up. He is so back. He was amazing in this game. Made so many plays underneath. The deceptive blitzing. Made plays on screens. We already showed a pass breakup he had. He's fired up this whole game. Everybody's fired up for him. The fact that he's missed so much time recently and only takes him like a month to get going and look like his old self is crazy. Hell of an athlete. Hell of a man. All right. Bozeman gets beat up here a little bit. Let's watch the concept through. So pin and pull. Ravens pull 2. And Bozeman simply just whiffs. Great play by 57, whose name is escaping me. But we're going to see Bozeman pull, and I believe McCary pull. Pin and pull, again, meaning that you're going to have a down block so that Bozeman can pull, and then a down block so that McCary can pull. And they're going to be the ones trying to lead the way for this run. So we're going to see Bozeman pull, and it's a short pull, 4-step pull maybe. The only thing he can't do is lose inside here. Like that. Lets that defender get right by him. Gets ahead of himself. Trips up Tyson. Calvary comes in and gets him. So otherwise, this is blocked up. Look at the rest of the blocks here. If he was able to wash him in, McCary on a linebacker in space, pushing him out. Duvernay's got sealed a little bit. Then you got 90, Stewart, a little bit maybe of an undetectable hold from Powers to keep him. But otherwise, there's a running lane there. So it's just like It's always one person. There's always a back that misses a cut, or there's always one blocker who whiffs. And same time, you're playing, Darius Leonard, you're playing Buckner, you're playing some big boys, Okereke, Stewart. They can play the run, man. But 57 here is, I'm not even sure who 57 is. Pardon me, but made a hell of a play there. They did not want to get run on, and they didn't. Something always going wrong in the run game. This one was a crazy play. Julian Blackmon, number 32, drives on the ball really, really sharply. Colts are in a single high look here. Here's Blackmon. See the Ravens in that pistol. They've got a weird little alignment from the receivers. It's kind of these two are bunched, I'd say. I wouldn't really call Hollywood bunched in there, but there's Trips. Trips pistol. I think Andrews runs a stop, and I guess that's either Hollywood or Prochet. I think it might be Prochet actually runs a stop. Hollywood's at the top of the screen. So those two run little stops. I don't love to see that. I mean, you could have fired that ball in there to Andrews low and get a completion, but these two are too close together. That's not good spacing. You want to run that defender off a little bit more. Hit a speed out, hit something else. I don't know, maybe that's just the design of the play, but ultimately that crosser is going to be the single high beater. And watch Blackmon back here. He knows that. He's watching it. He's confident in this corner, too. I think that's actually Watkins. Watch Julian Blackmon drive on this ball. Comes right down on it, right there. If he was a step earlier, he might have been able to perfectly time it. But Lamar gets this ball out, rips it. Duvernay just drops to the floor and catches it. Perfect throw and perfect catch after a great play from Blackmon. So sometimes you just got to be truly perfect to break up a pass. This is how on target Lamar is with some of these throws. Hits him right between the numbers. A little bit underneath so that, Duvernay's being led away from the contact, but hell of a drive downhill from Blackmon. Blackmon played a nice game. So everyone's like, oh, the Colts' entire secondary is hurt. It's like Julian Blackmon was one of the best rookies in the NFL last year. He's going to be a high-paid safety in a couple of years. Xavier Rhodes played in most of this game. Leaves after he delivers a shot on Andrews when they're driving, but great catch from Duvernay, great throw from Lamar. Ravens try to run the bash again. And guess who blows it up? Leonard. Leonard was ready for the bash. How do you stop the Ravens' run attack? Have Darius Leonard go stop it. So Leonard runs across. They're looking at it. The Ravens try to get snapped. Leonard's got a little forward momentum. You're going to see the GT pull again. Same play, same direction. Lamar's reading. Not even really at all. This is probably just quarterback counter, to be honest. Not even bash. And Villanueva gets spun. Otherwise, he's not getting anywhere. This DB is getting blocked. If Villanueva is able to tie up Leonard for another split second, big run. It's always one person, but blocking Leonard's hard. Leonard sticks Villanueva, who's so tall, coming in a little bit too hot, spins off of it. Villanueva doesn't, grab his chest, grab anything. He doesn't get a handful of anything. He just tries to shoulder through him. And it doesn't work. Leonard spins off, gets Lamar. Fired up again. Leonard's like, I am the man, because he is. He's very, 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 very good. Love to watch him play. Outstanding play from Leonard. Good stuff. Not for the Ravens, but for the Colts. Keep on keeping on. This was a nice rep against first down. It's a power, and Board fills the front side and stuffs. Queen replaces Board, and Averett squeezes it down. So we see a little bit of a, even front look. Chuck Clark in here playing like a true backer. Averett creeping in. I think the Colts are in at least 12 personnel. Grayson, whatever his name is, and Jack Doyle. Kylan Granson, I think. So there's going to be a power where they're using Granson and the left guard to pull. And Board does a good job. See Board coming in and fills. Gets on Granson. Queen comes in. Averett squeezes it down. Three of them go make a play. Meet at the ball. Jonathan Taylor. Averett's got contained a little bit there. Houston squeezes Doyle in. Doyle's trying to release on Houston and get upfield because that puller's coming. So Houston also prevents Doyle from getting to Chuck, keeps him trapped a little bit, washes it down, squeezes it inside. Board is there. Taylor still tries to go hit it. Averett to the outside. Contains it. Queen comes in. Averett comes in. They meet at the football. Not a great combo block from 69, so Queen does beat a blocker here, and I'm not going to try to act like he did anything spectacular because the blocker is just completely overextended. Takes himself out of the play a little bit, but Queen was working the right way. He was patient. You see that little motion right there. He jumps right across it. So mentally he was there. Goes and helps. That was, an effective block from that tackle. Might be a different story, but it wasn't. Tavon Young, officially a menace again. Shuffle tech and sharp pursuit for the tackle for loss. And like I said, only took him a month to start looking like this. We see him lined up as a linebacker here. A little bit. Yeah, we got Averett inside. Got Board. Got Queen. It's going to be an outside run play. I think it's a little pitch. Speed pit or a jet sweep pass. See that technique from Tavon Young. Watch him work this. This is that same shuffle tech I'm talking about. Watch him stay lateral. Stay lateral, stay square. Still staying decently square. Get square again, and that's how you break down and tackle. You're moving towards them, but you're staying square when you break down. Cavalry's coming anyway. Tackle for loss. Tavon Young balled out in this game. Play action. Colts scream to run the fit the run, pardon me. Watkins runs an inbreaker behind it. This was good anticipation from Lamar. Let's watch it. Watkins up top. Watkins able to create such a flat route. And it's really unfortunate Watkins goes down and everyone's like, oh, well, Bateman's coming in. But Bateman's never played an NFL game. He doesn't have the feel for things, maybe not the confidence yet. How healthy is he? How explosive is he? All that good stuff. So just play action. Colts bite this play action so hard. Look at that. Everybody running downhill. Everybody vacating that area. This safety even bites it really hard. A little bit too hard. And that's what opens it up. Lamar throws it right on the money. Watkins can run through the catch. We'll just watch it full speed. Lamar's just perfectly paced, wide base. Lets it go. Watkins really flattens it out. Gets big yards after the catch. And this is where really Lamar starts feeling confident from this point forward in the game. Big run after the catch. He does have the fumble. There were some mishaps. He misses Hollywood Brown in the end zone in the first half. Ravens settle for 3 because of it. So we have a fake screen from Prochet and Andrews. Andrews pulls up to simulate blocking, then releases. Lamar looks it off and pulls it up perfectly. So we're going to see a switch, which means Prochet is going to run a post. Andrews is going to fake like he's going to block and then release up the field that way. That's a switch, like a scissor kind of. So they have Hollywood Brown in jet motion, or in orbit motion, pardon me. Fakes it. Andrews looks like he's going to block that corner here. So he squats. Andrews runs right by him. Prochet is running this coverage off. They can't just let him go. I mean, this safety really could have let him go, but doesn't. He's got two friends underneath. So when Lamar throws this ball, and the ball's left Lamar's hand, 42's back is turned. And there's enough zip on it. Leads Andrews up the field. Beautiful throw. Little fake screen. Passing concepts. Switch. Pump fake. Boom. Beautiful. Let's watch Lamar again. Quick turn, open hips. Good fake. Watch how efficient he is to get reset. Base underneath of him. That strong leg thrown over top. Generating some torque on the ball. Whistles it right in. Beautiful throw. Right in the hole. Fit that one right in the trash can. Mark Andrews will lead in the way. $50 million block here. And he's giving it away. He's looking. See him even turn his head just a little bit right there. See Mark Andrews right here? You can tell where he's going. You don't know if he's going to be breaking behind, but that's how he's real focused in the run game. There's a $50 million block. He's going to lead the way. He pulls with Zeitler. It's a little counter. You see Murray. It's a counter because Murray goes the other way. There's pullers, so it's not a zone counter. How wide Murray is here. And the Colts fit it pretty well. Andrews goes and gets it. This is from the 10, get to the 5. The Colts aren't fooled by the counter, really. I mean, 90, Stewart wins inside. Powers kind of prevents him from making a play, squats back down on top of him, or I guess runs him right out. Powers a nice little seal here, little down block. It's a $50 million block from Andrews. He's clearing the way. Far cry from what he was doing way back in the day. And the Ravens run this 3-man pylon concept is what I called it. I'm sure there's another name for it, but if you recall back in 2018, the Ravens play the Chiefs. John Brown scores a touchdown, I think a go-ahead touchdown in this corner of the end zone. Pylon, so you're going to see Marquis Brown runs, a crosser, but he's going to attack that back pylon, and then Prochet and Duvernay are running across it. So it's crossers from opposite ends. The goal is to just put zone defenses in conflict and run through the zone. Play action of it. Hollywood, this is a mess right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders in this small area in zone coverage. So trying to make a mess. 34, nice play here, honestly. And maybe Hollywood was able to catch this ball, or Lamar puts it in a more catchable place. But this was one of the misses from Lamar. 34 is hustling. Lamar gets rid of this one a little late, in my opinion. He's just hitting the top of his drop, but he's got to just get that ball out right here already. You want to see him raising it. He wasn't perfect here. It needed to be, but can't expect perfection all the time. So we're going to see Brown run right through. 34 sees it. Lamar tries to, put a little sauce on it. 34 is all the way through. This is 3rd and goal. See it from this angle. Just wanted to see him get it out just a little earlier. Starts to step up into it a little bit. Wanted to see him just try and get that ball out. So good play from 34. Marquis Brown's furious with the failure. Frustrated. Let's keep it going. Odafe away. I had Hezzy into speed. I think he goes inside here. Yep. Gets a big quarterback hit, but Anthony Avertt's getting picked on the sideline. I think this is a 2-minute drill towards the end of the first half, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to watch away here. I think he's standing. Yep, got the inside foot. It's good snap anticipation again. Even though he's not really, ready all the way. See, as soon as this ball comes out right there, he's starting. Just a little hezzy. Swipe. Chases down. Gets a quarterback hit. Averett, just same thing. Pittman's a big boy. Gave him some trouble in this game. I love Michael Pittman. I think he's a great receiver. Thought the Ravens might target him in the first round last year. Wentz hangs in and takes a shot. Averett is in phase, but tries to play the catch point, and the ball is underthrown. He interferes Pittman. This is a long touchdown. Interferes Pittman. It's underthrown. He's in phase the whole time. Just doesn't make a great play on the ball. Pittman does. Drags Marlon Humphrey into the end zone. Again, this is a PA shot. And Wentz gets crushed. If you see Wentz right now, watch Wentz. Absolutely crushed. Wentz took some shots, and he will do that. He'll hang in there. And it's underthrown, classic, pass interference. You maybe want to see Averett just grab Pittman's arms because you see what's happening, but I guess he didn't want to. He thought maybe the ball is not accurate enough, and he wasn't in a bad spot, but it's underthrown, runs into him. Pittman just goes up. Great catch, great play, strong receiver. Horrible play on the ball from Averett. Rough game here. PI. Never want to see the PI and the touchdown. If you're going to foul hard. Now we'll see. Queen comes in. Campbell diving. Lays a shot on Wentz. Pittman just kind of folds Averett. Averett's just a little too small for some of those bigger dudes. We'll watch the quarterback hit again. So it looks like the Ravens trying to loop a little bit. Malik Harrison blitzes off the edge from the slot. Chuck Clark blitzes. Queen's coming. Makes his way through. And man, does Carson Wentz take a shot into the ground. The ball is good enough. Just throw it up for Pittman. He's huge. Big target in fantasy. Wentz trusts him. He's a good player, talented, works at all 3 levels. This is where you can see Marquis Brown really starting to feel himself. Deadly after the catch. Zone beater, sits down. Whoop! Knows where that defender is. Put him on skates a little bit too, but the cavalry was coming, so he just kind of gets down. Have it again. So empty. When you see this, you know that these two are probably going to chip. They like to put Murray in on the left, Ricard in on the right, help out McCary. And they're both going to chip. Gives Lamar plenty of time. Marquis Brown just finds a soft spot in the zone. Lamar sidearms it. This defender's coming. See ya. Makes him miss. Has him going outside while he's going inside. And then just decides to go down. A little bit. Marquis Brown feeling himself. Turn into that primetime jet we saw at Oklahoma. Single high, 8-man box, cushion, easy pitch and catch. Something that we didn't see enough of last year. Something that the Ravens have struggled with. Just these, I don't want to call them layups. Everyone calls them layups. I'm going to call them open three. Like, I guess the one of Brown's a little later is more of an open three, but this is just like an open jumper. Like, they're playing soft. You know that he doesn't want to get beat. He starts backpedaling immediately. Get all this cushion for Devin Duvernay, who's, a physical guy who'll fight for the ball. Just throw it over there. Look at all that space. Just throw it right over there. Speed out. Boom. Couple yards. A lot of yards. That's for a first down, I believe. Maybe this is long. I don't know. The marker was weird there. No, this is second. Yeah, I think this picks up a first down. See Lamar here, just calm footwork. A little zero step almost. Maybe a baby one step. And there, 8 in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pistol right. Tomlinson's in. They're thinking run. They don't even jump on the play action, really. So, not all the way, but just give that ball to Duvernay. Just rip it on in there. See Lamar again. Just a little baby. Call that a no step. Call it a zero step. And just whistles that one in there. Beautiful. Low-hanging fruit. Saw him take it against the Titans. That's why they beat him. Here, Lamar does a little too much. He's got all that space. Look at that. Lamar Jackson's got all that space. You're going to throw it across your body, across the field to Murray, hoping that there's no one there. Ball hangs a little bit. Murray's got to work back to it. It's a bad drop, but all that space for Lamar to work. Right here, you can just take off. You're going to get yards. Got these two. That's nothing crazy. Hollywood over top as well. Looks like he's winning, but there is a safety there. So the concept looks like 4 vert a little bit. These two sit down next to each other. Oliver and Andrews sit down next to each other, which is not ideal. Back's open. So Lamar's like, I'll get it to the back. Which is all right. Lamar doesn't want to, run as much. That's fine. Don't have to, but anybody can run there. Any NFL quarterback can run there and get some yards right here. You're right there. You can go get some yards. Bad drop. Didn't need to throw it there. Bad drop. Not a great throw either. Here, we have him just do what he does. One of the freakiest things Lamar Jackson does is just remove these free rushers. McCary sees this late. Colts showing the entire middle of the field. So 58's going to go take away Andrews. 57's there. Lamar steps up just enough to make 57 think, oh, I got to go get him. And that free rusher comes, and he just slides up. Throws it to Duvernay on 3rd down. Gets the ball down inside the 1. Unfortunately, this is where the fumble happens. So the Colts go quick here. And this looks like an auto cutback. So the Colts go quick. Ravens aren't set. Colts are set. Going quick. See? McPhee, somebody's got to go here. Campbell and Williams still moving around. These guys, this huge gap over here. This is where they're running the ball. Everyone's on this side of the field. All you got is 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, center. So, Queen's here with the center. So you got a 5-on-4 this way. 3 of them are DBs. Pittman's huge. There's a tight end. 2 linemen. 5-on-4. They're set the wrong way. Everybody's moving this way. Queen's got to get a little quicker there. He starts to turn and run. He's not shuffle teching. He's running across. He thinks it's going outside. Everybody thinks it's going outside. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a running back's dream to get to run right behind that. Chuck Clark tries to come up and make a stick. Nope. So Colts go quick and they got him. That's what it amounted to. Smart, go quick. Look, he's even lined up all the way over here. Offset. Like, I don't know. That's a rarity. You don't see that much in the NFL. Back's all the way over there because they're going quick. He's not lined up behind him. They're telling you where they're running. Everybody's over here. The back is over here. He's not running this way. You got all these dudes over here. So Williams needs to be down here. Campbell needs to be here. Queen needs to be here. And Board needs to be here. Colts go quick. 5-on-4. Touchdown. Can blame it on one person, but Colts went quick and the Ravens weren't ready. Plain and simple. Got to be ready. Houston bites on this boot action and falls. This is a good rep in coverage by Queen I wanted to show. So, in coverage, I don't think he's had issues this year, man. Pursuit, yes. We already talked about that, but this is going to be a boot. Classic, play action boot. Houston, the split zone's coming. Houston tries to go inside of it and bit on it completely. Didn't have eyes on the quarterback. Bad rep for Houston. And then he just kind of, whoop, okay. But we watch Queen. Pittman's going to run across her. This is that, Micah Parsons kind of stuff everybody's talking about. He's turning, running, runs right with Pittman, takes it away, starts fighting, hand fighting him a little bit so that maybe Marlon can come make a play, something like that. But Wentz just runs wisely, gets a couple yards. Houston ends up chasing him down. But it's a good rep from Patrick Queen in coverage. Sees it. Oh, he feels it, runs with it. That's a fast man. He's with him the whole way. So I thought that was a good rep. Bad rep for Houston, good rep for Queen. And boots will do that. If that backside defender in there, take that all day. I said Colts absolutely smoke the Ravens on this inside zone run. Campbell gets washed out. Queen gets sealed. Clark gets sealed. Stevens takes a conservative run fit, but chases it down nonetheless. So everybody just gets sealed up. Colts offensive line, got to give them some credit too. Kelly, great job here already. Center, I think he might be an all-pro already, but if not, he certainly should be. So he turns Brandon Williams and then works his way right to Queen, who could have shot this a little better, but look at all that. You got Calais Campbell turned sideways, not fighting through. I don't know if they're tired here, but Marlon Mack just skates right through. Look at that. That's a dream. It's symmetrical. It's beautiful. Anytime you're making a symmetrical solo cup shaped hole here, Marlon Mack will fill you up, solo cup. All that coming. So Stevens, Humphrey, and Stevens can run, man. Stevens can tackle. Conservative here a bit. Doesn't really run the alley early on, but if he would have done that and missed, it'll go the distance maybe if Marlon can't chase him down. So he does a good job taking away that cutback lane, forcing him. Marlon's there. So conservative, runs it down. Big gain, but looks a lot worse in the run game than when it's a pass. Don't want to see that in the run game, but could have just been a pass play that works out that way. Queen picked up on this one right before the snap, shoots it, blows it up, causes Taylor to hesitate. So he's calling it out. And you see him doing this stuff a lot. Sometimes it doesn't work out well. Sometimes he'll slap a lineman on the butt and move him out of the gap where the play goes. Sometimes this happens. Hey, it's coming right here. He knows something about the alignment, something about the call. He goes right in. Knifes right through. Doesn't let his chest get hit. Make sure that the puller can't go lead block, which allows these guys to go. Bowser, look at that lockout from Bowser on big Mo Alley Cox. Forces the cutback. Jonathan Taylor with a dirty angle there on the cutback, but when Queen comes, hits right through him, wraps him up, brings him right down. So Bowser and Queen make a huge play here later in the game. He calls it out. Boom. Takes the puller. Because that puller is, no one's there. If he doesn't hit that puller, imagine where this play goes if he doesn't hit that puller. If that puller puts one hand, that puller puts his inside hand on Bowser here, and then 4-3 Taylor. Chuck Clark, not a 4-3 guy. Maybe he can kind of run him down. But we already saw him run away from the whole defense once. That puller's out there, able to lay one hand. So great play from Queen there. But that'll lend itself to misses. We saw that miss earlier where he thought the play was going to come across his face. He had help there. lets up a decent run there. Ravens go 3 high with man underneath. Marlin gets hit with a blaze out here. So this was just super conservative. They're in a straight 3 high. Man underneath. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Man coverage. You're showing Wentz. This is a dirty route. Takes the inside release. Hits the out. Wentz throws it before he's even looking. Beautiful. Gets him down in a field goal range. I don't blame Marlon, man. Marlon had a tough game physically. He laid a couple big hits on some big guys. He hit Mo Alley Cox at one point, and you saw him just slow to get up. So not his best, not his worst, but gets beat here. And the Ravens are just so conservative, so scared. And I guess you expect, your $100 million corner to make that play, but he didn't. Gets beat. Nice route. Inside release to go outside. Gets Marlon turned around. Wentz throws it with great timing. Good throw, good catch, good route. Gets right across him. Whew! Put a dirty move on him. Watch that again. You can see it right here. Inside release, and it gets outside. Swims over him. Marlon tries to pop the ball out. Can't get it. All right. I had Lamar hit Darius Leonard with the sauce here. Skirt! Got him. Ravens run a veer instead of a bash. And I don't think they ran, I think this might have been the only veer they ran, if I'm not mistaken. So the veer is going to be where the back is running with the pullers to the outside of it. And then the quarterback has the inside lane. So he's got space. Leonard just freezing, just trying to stay there. Lamar hits him with this shimmy, hezzy. Whoop. When you get somebody's feet that low, that wide, that low to the ground, you got him. That's a dead body. Hezzy. Easy. Gets down. It's Darius Leonard, man. It's a good linebacker. We've watched him make plays, and he just dusted him there. And then, all right, let's go look at some comments here. I'm gonna pull up Game Pass, and I just want to rock and roll through some of these. End of the game plays. We're chilling, having a good time. Wednesday night, Ravens 4-1, Chargers coming to town. We'll take a look at them by the numbers, break them down again next week. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys are having fun. Let's go look at the end of what Lamar does in this game. Okay. All 22. We're going to go share screen again. All right. So let's go to the end. Okay. We'll go to overtime. We'll just do OT. All right. Devin Duvernay with a nice kick return there. Forgot about that, too. Set him up real nice. Take a look at that return. Duvernay had a couple returns that could have gone the distance. He also had a punt return in this one where Ardarius Washington was late getting to the gunner blocker position, the right gunner blocker, and Duvernay might have returned a touchdown if he had been there because the gunner ran down and forced him inside, forced him up the sideline. If Ardarius Washington could have stopped him, there was no one else around. But all right, let's take a look at this one. OT, Ravens have Josh Oliver and Mark Andrews, and I believe Latavius Murray are in 12 personnel. We got Marquis Brown and Devin Duvernay. Sammy Watkins is hurt. Maybe that's why we saw a lot of 12 personnel towards the end. They wanted to get Oliver in there. But Oliver had a nice role in this game. So Oliver's chipping. Latavius Murray runs to the flat. Lamar just starts toying around with folks. Colts defensive line's gassed, absolutely gassed. All this tempo offense got them. 4-man rush. There's nobody coming. Everything's easy peasy. And go get 9 yards. Next play. Here we see trips left. 11 personnel now, so they took Oliver off. Then we got Prochet in the slot left. And we got Duvernay, ISO down here. Marquis Brown. Latavius Murray in the backfield. Just sit down. Zone beaters. This defense is single high, slow, tired, beat up. And again, it's just funny. Everyone says, "Oh, we beat up on the Colts secondary." He just picked on their linebackers most of this game. To be honest, the Marquis Brown touchdown was, everybody's seen that one. I don't feel the need to go over that one, but just picking on these linebackers, man. They're just spot dropping. They're not making any contact with Andrews. Andrews on fire. Scores 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. The fourth quarter, just sits right down. No one around him. Clean pocket. Boop. Easy. Blackman and Okereke talking. Go tempo here. Now they go with the 2x2. Latavius Murray still in the backfield here. Look at all that time he has. Just throws one to James Prochet. Sendejo somehow knocks himself out of the game. Doesn't get called for helmet-to-helmet, whatever. All day. Look at this offensive line just giving it to the Colts. Colts are gassed. Bozeman and Zeitler take out Buckner. Powers working. Andrews wants the flag. They don't get it. Sendejo actually gave himself a concussion. Concussion boy. Knocked himself out of the game again. So now they're without him, which is probably a good thing. I don't know why they signed him in the first place, but got to be somebody, some young kid who's better than UDFA. Marquis Brown sits down, makes a miss. Look at that. Saucy. Clean pocket again. Absolute sauce. He's got the 2x2 again. Marquis Brown just sits down. Catches it inside, then back outside. That's a crossover. That's Allen Iverson. AI, baby. Just easy. Colts are just sitting back, letting them get picked apart. Going 5 under, 6 under. Single high, zone. Oliver runs up the seam. Watch it again. Whoop. AI. That's 90s AI. Again, they try to run a little stunt. Zeitler and McCary pick it right up. McCary very scrappy in this game. So we'll watch these two. It's going to be a little TE stunt. Ravens run those all the time. Very common. So Buckner's going to try to crash. Zeitler doesn't care. Passes it off. And picks up 57. Clean pocket. Villanueva gets beat there, actually, and lets up a big hit. So Villanueva got whooped. Let's look at that. Got 52 coming off. Set just 2 early. Gives out that outside lane. Has to try to ride it. Can't. Probably should have held him. Doesn't. Lamar takes a shot. And that's a play where if you're looking at pressure charting, at least with my time at SIS, you're looking at pressure charting. I think PFF2 when I used to do it for them. This is going to be a hit and a knockdown, but it's not a hurry. Because Lamar's not hurried. He doesn't know that guy's coming. He didn't make Lamar move. He didn't pressure Lamar. Hits him and knocks him down, though. Not every hit, not every hurry is a pressure. Or, excuse me, not every hit is a hurry. Here we go. Now we got the Ravens in 11 personnel. They take Mark Andrews off the field. We got Hollywood, Prochet, and Duvernay from right to left with Oliver as the tight end, split to the right. Play action. Just check down to Oliver. Go get 8. This Colts defense just losing their wits late. Try to blitz. Want to get some pressure on Lamar. Oliver just leaks out. Lamar gets it to him. Perfect clean pocket there. Oliver fights. Excited to see him continue to get a roll. Strong dude. Big, strong, physical dude. Just get it right to him. Just take the low-hanging fruit. Just check down. Take the easy stuff. It's wide open. It's right there. Take it. Still got Oliver in the game. No Andrews. Andrews must be gassed at this point. Prochet, slot right. Hollywood to the right. Duvernay to the left. Ravens run Veer again because it worked. And guess what? This is the play where he shakes Darius Leonard. See it again. Saucy in overtime. Leonard's like, oh, I'm not going to celebrate that one. I'm going to pretend like that never happened. Now we got Mark Andrews back in. He gets a couple reps. Look at that lean he's got. You're there throwing the ball. I mean, look at Mark Andrews. He's ready. He's trying to end this game. He sits down. Tavius Murray. There's a little 3-man route concept to the right. Simple one. We got Andrews learning like the little option out. Hollywood taking the corner up there. Andrews spin into space, and then Murray underneath, and there's no one there. Go get some yards. Easy money. Overtime drive is just chilling, really. Easy peasy stuff. Just checking down, throwing underneath. Colts are playing single high. Bringing it a little tighter. Now we got Andrew split left, Hollywood in tight, Prochet and Duvernay. This is kind of the inverse look where they ran that pylon play. So maybe the defense is thinking, all right, maybe, they're angling it upfield a little bit more. Nope. Just a little zone run. Good run. Ravens will get whatever they want. Prochet lined up. Offsides maybe a little bit there. But we won't. Crazy. Oh, no, there's a power. Sorry, pardon me. Bozeman pulls. Gets Leonard moving. The key blocks all along there. Prochet blocking. With a good block on 58 for a minute. Ties him up. 58 gets around it, but linebacker, Prochet, feisty dude. Him and Duvernay both feisty dudes. Neitler with a nice little down block. See him seal him back inside. See McCary beat his guy. His guy can't make a play. Nice blocks. And tight again. Now they got Jumbo. Jumbo, we'll call this 12. I'm calling Ricard a tight end here. He's playing tight end. Andrew split. Duvernay up top. Stuffed. Hard come across. Split. Stuffed. This defense is tired. Ravens wearing him down. The offensive line's not tired. Now we got Devontae Freeman back in. He had a big fourth quarter. Trips bunch up here. Hollywood to the right. Oliver underneath. And this is a touchdown. This is a game winner. I think Brian Billick talked about this one. His weekly breakdown. So this is what Lamar's best at. Throwing the football. This is like his natural God-given ability to understand leverage and spatial awareness. Hollywood, there's no one here. Free release. You got this linebacker here, and you got the safety here. They're in zone. See Lamar here. Leonard wants to take away the outside, force him inside, let the safety drive. So he breaks inside then. Lamar moves him with a little pump fake that we'll see on the other end. Just leverage. Watch Lamar move him with just this little shoulder roll. Just a little fake. Right there. Leonard jumps inside. Raises his arm. He looks inside. See his eyes go back outside. Touchdown game. That is how Lamar torched. He went all that time throwing touchdowns, no interceptions in the red zone. Leverage, man. Get the linebacker inside. Hollywood's going to go back outside. They're on the same page. They've been doing this for years now. Year 3 of doing this together. Touchdown, game winner. Ring the alarm. Get the parade going. Gets them both. Safety jumps inside too. Lamar puts it safe. Hollywood, assertive, contested catch. Someone bearing down on him. Hollywood has he has willpower, man. But Ravens pick all of it up. Clean pocket. I mean, Lamar really could have started to run if he wanted. Hollywood plucks it. Takes it out of the air. Running those soccer drills. All that good stuff. I guess we can go look at the fourth quarter. End of the fourth quarter here, too. While we're here, and then we'll get off. All right. So deep one to Andrews. Just runs through the zone, 2x2. Devontae Freeman in the game. This is his big drive, I think. And look at all this space through here. Got the linebackers mugging. Got man here, 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 man here. See what these linebackers do. So it's probably a zone look. And these linebackers probably drop. Yep, both linebackers drop. Andrews takes the inside route and then bends it back upfield. Duvernay starting to smoke too. And I honestly don't know if this ball was thrown to Duvernay. I don't think it was, but it might have been. Duvernay is just casually strolling. Probably could have walked in, but I think it was thrown to Andrews. I'm not positive. I think Brian Billick went over this one. But Xavier Rhodes is in the game in the fourth quarter, and they have Julian Blackmon and Sendejo. Everyone's like, the DBs are hurt. What, one of their corners in terms of the starting defense on the outside is not. That ball might be going to Duvernay, but I don't think so. I think he would have let him off field. And Andrews smacks it off his own face mask, but Andrews just takes that inside underneath route. Let's see if we can rewind it again. Andrews with a one-handed bobble and catch. He wasn't dropping a pass in this game, not for his grandmother. So again, here's Andrews, runs right underneath Leonard, then bends back upfield. That's spacing. Good spacing. First down. Next play. Got Freeman in here. I think we got Prochet split as a tight end here. See Andrews as well split. I think there's a run play. Nope. Just taking the low-hanging fruit. Whoop! Bye-bye, Sendejo. Gets around Darius Leonard, gets more yards after the catch. So, just flat. Andrews just hitting the flats. There's no one there. Sendejo trying to come downhill. Lamar just whips it around the side. Whoop! Makes him grab grass. Andrews just came alive in this one, man. Game of his career, really. Best game he's ever had. After signing to extension, chips a little bit, goes out, and good night, Sendejo. Big yards after the catch. Big yards after the catch. Alpha male. 2x2 again. You got Josh Oliver in the slot now. Andrews needed a break after those back-to-back catches. Marquis Brown at the bottom of the screen. Prochet, slot left. Duvernay all the way up top. Freeman in the backfield. Picks up the blitz. Freeman with a huge blitz pickup. Marquis Brown goes up and gets it. Ball was not perfect from Lamar, but it's all right. So I think the Colts send 5 here. So we got Tristan Colon Castillo, who is playing for Zeitler, who got dinged up in his ankle, it looked like. McCary here. So they're trusting. I mean, that's Leonard coming downhill. Freeman ties him up. Nice blitz pickup. They trusted Freeman to be the guy here. They needed to go get this touchdown. This is the fourth quarter final drive. Freeman in, knows where it's coming from, has his eyes there, steps right into it. A perfect rep. Didn't, stonewall him, but got in his way. Prevents a sack. Doesn't get the quarterback hit. Ravens go no huddle. Freeman still in. Oliver's still in. Marquis Brown, Prochet, Duvernay up top. Just throw it right to Oliver. Let him go get some yards. Easy pitch and catch. Soft. Leonard trying to blitz again. So they're trying to rush 3 here. Ravens pick it up. Boom. Quick gain. Still in. Everybody's still in. And just check down to Freeman. There's nobody there. Woo! Nobody there. Easy, 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 easy. Freeman picking up the blitz. Freeman taking the ball, getting right downhill. Secure, calm, helps quarterback out, turns right around, secures it, doesn't get ahead of himself, protects the ball with 2 hands, gets the ball down to the 5-yard line. Colts are reeling. Defense is gassed. When the Ravens go tempo, they really wear teams out, man. Same thing happened last year to the Colts. Spacing not great here. Spacing not great here. These two right next to each other. But you've got a clean pocket. The defense is gassed. Keep working. Keep working. Andrews just works, just stays with Lamar. He's watching Lamar's eyes. Lamar's guiding him. Touchdown. Again, spacing not great to start. These two are both turning around looking for the ball in the same spot. Can't throw it there. Freeman. Can't throw it there. Slot here. You could try that. Tough throw. Tough catch. Nope, all day. Lamar's calm in the pocket. He doesn't run. He doesn't need to leave. He doesn't step up and, advance towards the line of scrimmage when he doesn't need to. He trusts his offensive line, even with Tristan Colon in there for Zeitler. Colon getting on his man laterally. Great job from Colon there. Great job from Bozeman there, one-on-one with Buckner. Nope. Touchdown. Now they got to go score. Got to go get the 2 point to tie it up. And they get the run fake. Prochet in motion. Looks like it could be a split zone concept with Prochet trying to lead block. Nope. Blackman jumps it. Andrews wide open. Tie ball game. Ravens are down 22-3, then 25-9. Great play. Great way to dial it up. Know that they're anticipating that run. The Ravens already failed trying to do a quarterback sweep to this side. Earlier, Lamar was like an inch or two short. Prochet comes. Andrews in the split. The run fake. Murray. Look at these guys. Leaning downhill. Everybody's leaning downhill. Flips it right to Andrews. Ties the ball game up. Beautiful. Just beat the Colts to death at the end of the game with these quick passes, quick passing concepts. Awesome stuff. But we will get to the comments now. Appreciate you guys coming in. This went a little bit longer than I expected, but Chuck over pursued. Chuck. I don't remember these guys being so bad at tackling last year. Why are the Ravens so bad at tackling? I think they're just over pursuing, man. I think it's trying to rally to the football, get way too far upfield. They need to stay square. You need to keep square, move laterally. That's been a major issue. Patrick Queen, in terms of his development, man, he's got a lot on his plate. You see him communicating pre-snap a ton, shifting the defensive front, all this stuff, blitzing, dropping into coverage, playing the run, different alignments, crashing, stunning, looping, all these different things. I think it's a lot. I think that he's become the poster child for it, but I don't think it's just him. I do think that he's been a lot better in pass coverage. The one play I do want to show that was really bad, I don't want to exclude this play, but is that screen to Jonathan Taylor super late in the game. I'm going to try and find that one. But ultimately, Queen just needs to play, like I said, play like a D-pad. Move forward, move backward, move left, move right. Hold the L trigger like you're playing Madden. Stay square. I think that's Queen's biggest issue with the tackling. And he's guessing a lot. It's just when you watch LJ Fort in this defense, who's probably the best linebacker who's played in this defense, in Wink Martindale's defense, even maybe better than CJ Mosley was in Wink Martindale's defense, I think a lot of it ties back to needing to be calm in the pass game, be calm in pursuit, trust your speed, trust your athleticism, stay in that shuffle tech until the running back unleashes, unloads, and makes their decision, makes their cut, makes their, move decisive. Then you go attack. Versus in the run game, you can't let offensive linemen beat you to the spot. You really can't. When you're 6 foot, 230, you can't let a tackle come out on you. You can't let a guard or a center come out on you. It is unacceptable. So he's too quick against the pass game, I guess, too quick in pursuit, too quick. And against the run, he's not quick enough a lot of the time. So here I'm going to show this play as well. Here's this screen, which was really a horrible rep from Justin Houston, horrible rep from Patrick Queen, not great from Marlon Humphrey. And this is the one we'll close on here. And I want to continue talking about it, continue looking at it, all that good stuff. But here we go. Let this one play out. And just watch the pursuit of the defense. They're all running at the sideline. And he does a good job passing off Pittman there in coverage. Everything's good. But then the pursuit, look where this is. Look at these cutback lanes. That's Jonathan Taylor, man. He runs 4.3. Pursuit is supposed to be staggered. You're supposed to be aware of where other guys are instead of just blindly running to the football. And we watch, it's the same thing. He IDs this, play action. He gets beat. Robots. Run over back, turns away, finds Pittman. Says, hey, Humphrey, get that crosser. He took it away over the middle. So that forces Wentz, who's getting no pressure, nothing. So I got to check it down to Jonathan Taylor. I'll live to die another down, see if Taylor can go make something happen. That's a right decision. Good play by Wentz to do that. Now look where they go. All four of them are sprinting at the sideline. And there's the cutback. And if you want to say that's a missed tackle, that's fine. Houston is the one who misses it first. You can't. Could Queen have tried to get calmer, not run so hard? Here he is. He's got these long strides. His arms are looping. He's trying to go attack. You don't need to attack. You need to break down. Get that cutback lane, and he doesn't. Brandon Stevens chases it down and makes a play. God bless his soul. So here's Houston. I don't know what Houston is trying to do that for. You want Taylor to run to the sideline on you there. You can't give the cutback lane. So bad by Houston, bad by Queen. Humphrey didn't do anything wrong there. He comes up and is where he is. No one helps inside. He's like, oh, good Lord, man. What are we doing here? So just bad pursuit. The Ravens need to be calmer in pursuit. They need to shuffle. Houston needs to break down here. Queen needs to break down here. Get parallel to the line of scrimmage so that you can go either way. It's second down. The Colts have a long way to go. And because you tried to win the war instead of lose the battle to win the war, let him check down and get 8 yards, you give up 28 yards. Can't do that. And it all comes back to that same element of playing linebacker, staying square. When you are a linebacker who runs 4.5, you've got the upper hand in speed a lot of the time. It's not like you're in a foot race, parallel to the running back. He's fast enough to go get anything. He's a quick dude. He's quick. He's fast. He's athletic. He can run, can hit. But you're not where you're supposed to be. Houston's not where you're supposed to be. And that play, that and Marlon Humphrey getting beat, which was just a dirty route, great timing, almost cost the Ravens a game. I guess we'll just keep going here, look at a couple more, whatever. Okay, yeah. I guess it's a horse collar. But it's just, so few rules go in favor of the defense, and he didn't. I get it, and he did grab him in a bad area there, blows him up. But that's not why he tackled him. He rips him a little bit and he pulls. But just what are you gonna do, man? Get the ball all the way up here. This leads up to the block kick, so we'll just keep going through. Pitch the ball outside. It's a cutback lane there. Easy yards again, letting them get upfield. We'll look at why. I'm sure Queen probably got washed out here as well. But, you got to beat linemen to their spot. Read your keys. This lineman's moving already. So if he's pulling outside, where are you going? Front side, because you've got a backside backer and a backside safety. Not quick enough. Mo Alie-Cox, 6'8", long arms, locks you out. You don't see it coming. He gets right up on you. Everybody's getting beat, man. Everybody's turned. Everybody's turned to getting sealed. Look at the front. Campbell and Williams up here. This lineman, 79 is telling you he's down blocking Matabike. Look at where he is in his stance. He's looking at you. You see his hips a little bit. You see how that knee's down. This one's up. He's looking at it. He's leaning at it. This foot, look at his feet a little bit angled. He's leaning just a little bit. In the NFL, that's a lean. This guard back just a little. He's okay. I guess his stance is okay. He's not giving you too much. But Queen then again. So Matabike gets turned. Ford gets filled. And Mo Alie-Cox is up on him. That's a bad rep. It's a game-losing rep, Multiple guys up there. Got to be quicker reading those keys. Got to be quicker than offensive linemen, but more patient than the back. And right now, especially Queen, is more patient than the lineman and quicker than the back, which leads to missed tackles and getting blocked. Now they're running the ball. A couple yards here, whatever. Queen's 8 yards deep there. I don't know why. Got Ellis and Campbell, McPhee, run stuffers in. This is a duo type run. And I mean, they crumble that Ellie and left guard. Watch Queen and board, I guess. You know, Ellis and Campbell aren't winning those two double teams there, but you can't let this tackle here get into you. He's angled. You gotta commit to something. Swat, chop, rip. Can't just let him get to you and stay flat-footed. He's gonna move you. He's way bigger than you. The lineman, you're a linebacker. He rips under, but he loses ground doing it. He's just too slow in it. You can't be more patient than the lineman. You have to be quicker than the lineman and more patient than the back in space. So they go get some yards. McPhee beats Jack Doyle, drags it down. It's not that big of a play, but not a good. I'm grading that negatively. McPhee locks out, gets inside, dives, wraps him up. But running the clock out, you're giving up yards. They can keep getting first downs there. Now, I mean, they think they can just run the clock out. They're not gonna. All right, this is 3rd and 1. He jumps over top. That's fine. Whatever. Nothing you can do. Good play by Taylor. He's trying to get guys to come in. Hey, they're about to run a quarterback sneak. They're about to run right up the gut. He lines guys. His head's in the right place. Ford comes screaming in, almost trips him up. They get the first down. Calais Campbell blows this one up, I believe. Or nope. McPhee again, making plays at the end of the game. But they're just trying to run the clock out. They think they're going to kick this field goal and win the football game. Williams sheds that. Beautiful play by Williams. Beautiful play by McPhee. 2 long-time Ravens. McPhee had a couple stops. Williams didn't, but running the ball again. Another hole. A little bit. Brandon Williams makes a great play there. So at the end of this game, not a good drive from Queen. And I thought he settled down at one point. In this drive, they're just coming right downhill. He's letting himself get blocked. Look at that lane. Brandon Williams makes a great play there. I mean, that could have been a touchdown. Jimmy was there. Maybe he can go tackle Taylor. Jimmy probably gets hurt if he tackles Taylor. I'll tell you, he can't be playing full-time doing this run fitting shit. But Queen basically walks into the block. And you can't get off it once they get onto you. It's not great. They're going to run it again. Ravens know they're probably going to run it. They've got guys out there, but Calais Campbell blows this one up, knocks it back. And Stevens back there. And this play really allows it to be a low enough kick that they can block it. Campbell just full-blown force. Stevens steps down. And kneeling the ball would have been more effective and might have won this game here. Campbell blows right by it. Stevens right there. Here we see Campbell. Play that saved the game. Just swims right over top. Blocks it. They couldn't stop him. This fella in here, 64, is not helping out. Watching a new Campbell again. This is his 8th block kick of the game. Colts mega conservative there. We already went. Ravens drive down the field here. So, again, Queen to me just it's got to be in that shuffle tech. Working side to side, working laterally in that pursuit. He's exactly. Garnick chimes in here. Great comment. I remember Terrell Suggs pulling Matt Elam aside and telling him the sideline never misses a tackle. Use the sideline, help you get rid of cutback lanes. And the thing is, Queen has the speed. When the back tries to finally decide, when you outpatient the back and they say, I'm going to go to the sideline, he's got the speed to run them down. And if he doesn't, I'm willing to live with that more so. I'm much more willing to live with that more so than what's been going on here. So Lamar's footwork was very good all game. That's all the key, man. The torque and the feet, the wide base, and torquing through his hips. And that Hollywood Brown Yeah, shout out Roger Garza. But that Hollywood Brown touchdown, people say don't miss the layups. It's an open three, basically, and he's a shooter now. That's not missing open threes. And that's why I get these LeBron James parallels. I've had the Giannis parallels as well, and it's stupid. This is radio, sports talk radio stuff, whatever. But LeBron developed that three. LeBron became a player who hit every open three he needed to hit. He became a solid, true, tried 3-point shooter. And that's when he became truly unstoppable. That's when his game elevated beyond. And he also had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh beside him. So, some parallels there. Get some help, get him in a talented situation, and allow him to go make plays. So the feet are there, the base is there. The biggest thing is, the footwork's not bad with Lamar. It's the panic that causes the bad feet a lot of the times. His bad reps last year, especially that Titans game in the regular season comes to mind when he was missing those open threes I'm referring to. He didn't trust the offensive line. It made his feet, he was ready to run, so he's on his toes, and then he would have to then reset, re-widen his base because he's focusing on his fundamentals in order to throw the ball. So he's taking, he's allowing DBs 1, 2, 3 extra steps to recover. You got to stay throw ready. You got to navigate the pocket on a side, turn to a side, able to shift through, and if you want to run. If you don't. But when you allow DBs to recover, you're not doing Marquis Brown any favors at 5'9", 175, 180 pounds. He can jump after the ball, but he can't out-muscle guys for it. So you're decreasing his margin for error. You're giving DBs a chance. Amani Hooker was able to make a play in that game last year. That one just comes to mind. But when you're staying throw ready and you trust your offensive line, fire through the hips, keep that base wide, you'll be a 3-point shooter. It's all about fundamental technique and being consistent with it. It's never been an issue of can he do it. It's been an issue of can he repetitively do it? Can he hit every open three? Can he make it so that you can't leave him open to hit threes, like metaphorically? Can he make it so that we can't play, we can't put 8 in the box, we can't put 7 in the box? So this run game is going to get better over time. We went through plenty of those run game plays. To me, it's just one guy every time. The back misses a read or one lineman doesn't do their job. Just one every single time. We saw Bozeman not do his job. We saw Villanueva not do his job. We saw Tomlinson miss a block. There's just always one guy. One guy prevents it. Or some instances, Darius Leonard, also, everything goes fine. Darius Leonard chases that bash across, sprints all the way across it. So it was just like one little thing went wrong every time. The game's there, but definitely, they missed Dobbins, they missed Edwards. It really stinks. If they had Edwards right now or Dobbins, one of those two guys, Lord have mercy. They're turning these stuff plays into 4-yard plays. They're turning these 4-yard plays into 15-yard plays, especially, the ability to turn an 8-yard play into like a 15, to turn a good run into a great run, to really force teams to continue respecting it. So at this point, I think Freeman looked good. I think Latavius Murray has his role. I have not seen Latavius Murray. He did miss one cutback, I want to say, against the Raiders, but that was right after they signed him off the street. There's pace to it. A lot of these runs are getting stuffed. I have not seen Murray do anything incredible, but I also haven't seen him really mess up too badly. So I like Murray. I think Freeman showed a lot of capability. Tyson Williams, I think, is a little bit psychologically damaged right now. You can blame it on, the coaches and stuff, but he fumbled multiple times. You can't have that. And I think Tyson Williams is going to be able to now, they went back to the roots. They went back to the ball security with him, the 5 points of contact. You see him really focusing on keeping 2 hands on the ball, 5 points of contact, and another hand on top. Now that is ingrained, seared into his brain, then he can go watch tape and say, here was a cutback lane. Here was this. I can still run like this for now. Tiki Barber had to run a certain way because, that's always a famous example. I need to tell you guys about that. But it's just Williams, I think, is a little crazy, narrow mind. I have to protect the ball. I have to do what I'm supposed to do. I have to execute. After the bye, I could see Tyson Williams reemerging in this offense, being a little bit more explosive, doing some things. But towards the trade deadline, man, if you got a running back on a 1-year contract that's cheap, explosive, somebody like a James Robinson or, some Kenyon Drake has a contract, I think, that might be a little too big for the Ravens, but he was a really good power runner for Arizona. Bring in somebody with a little bit more juice that can maybe be integrated by the end of the year. But this run game, The Ravens are going to back it up, and teams are going to, if you want to if you want to watch that Colts game and continue doing what the Broncos did, continue doing what the Colts did, then you're making it easy on Lamar. I mean, when they run play action, it's easy for him. It gets blocked up. When you're fitting run, you're not, you're in low gear. You're trying to engage the lineman. You're not trying to avoid the lineman or rush the passer. So it's easy for Lamar right now. It's going to put some defenses in a bind. And then eventually that run game is going to come back. When they start backing it up and respecting the pass more, it's just, seesaw. So it's going to be an interesting matchup with the Chargers. We'll get into that. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed. This went super duper long. I'm sure people skip through whatever, but I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, whatever, comment. Appreciate everyone who watched. Thank you very much. And we'll be talking some Chargers football moving forward.